Sanity. I know people haven't joined this marvelous thing yet, but I guess I'm just preparing myself. I need a ukulele. That is something that I haven't done yet. Don't necessarily need it. I just would prefer. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I don't know. Oh. I know this isn't necessarily a track in Wonderland. It is something entirely different that I wrote. But I'm going to play it anyway because I enjoy it a lot. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people who question their sanity like myself, tonight will be a show that you will never forget, or remember, or live to see the end of. It's time to pick your brains. Well, people think I'm crazy. I'll fulfill their expectations. It's better than giving my mind a whole new renovation. Just gag on your formaldehyde. It's probably safe. And if it's not, well, I guess I'll see you in the grave. So please remove your masks and tell me your obsessions. And soon enough you'll be used to all your concussions. The only thing you need to know is soon enough you'll have to go grounded down below. So let's go. 6 feet underground. 6 feet with no lighter sound. Sure, I might not be world renowned, but I'll still tell my story. Soon enough you'll fall away into my hypnotic array, and then I'll laugh at your dismay, embarking on a journey, saying the words memento mori, which in English it translates to remember death. I'll make you question everything that you have ever said. The way ahead is clear, so clear that you'll soon be undead. So if they say sit back and conform to society, remember that in 20 years will be a normalcy. The only thing you need to know is enough you'll have to go underground and below. So let's go. 6 underground. 6 feet you will soon be drowned. Sure, I may not be world renowned, but you'll soon know before me. Soon enough you're gonna die, and then I'll sit back and watch you cry. I'll enjoy your last words and finally on your story. And I know what they'll be. I mean, can you guess? It's pretty obvious. Memento mori. I'm not sure if you know just what this is. Do you know how much effort showbiz is? It's kind of like you're slapping on a smile. But when you hear that audience, it makes it worthwhile. 6 feet underground, nothing will find your corpse now. Soon I will be world renowned, and you'll bask in my glory. Soon enough you will be dead, soon enough I'll have your head. It's not the heretic, but friend, and embark in my story. Forced to sing memento mori. That song, I wrote it. It's called Remember You Will Die. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it's funny enough, it's not in Wonderland, but I just decided to play it as just a little introduction to myself. But this next one, it is a part of the album. And I do like the chord progression in the song. It's actually really nice. This is called Consume. This is another original of mine. It has some dark undertones. It's in the perspective of a businessman in, like, I don't know, it's not the 21st century. It's somewhere like before child labor laws were established, I guess. I knew at one point, I'm not the best historical person, I guess. But anyway, this is Consume, and I hope you enjoy what I've concocted, because this is one of my favorite songs that I've written. I say that about a lot of them, actually. But anyways, they'll consume, watches every last penny, but that's another. They'll consume what the people won't know, for them don't deserve. Sir, I'm in Weimar, this isn't right. The people, they've got an awful fright. Nonsense! The business is booming, and by the way, these instruments need tuning. But when the people find out how they're made, I don't think that their opinions will be swayed. But think of all the profit they'll buy, then we'll watch our riches soar up to the sky. They'll consume, watches every last penny, but that's another. They'll consume what the people out now are down on to assume. When it comes to business, you're very much wrong. You should see how this factory breaks into song. The people will cry and the children will die. Then we'll watch our riches soar up to the sky. Ha! They'll consume, watches every last penny, but that's another. They'll consume, think of all of the things that you couldn't undo. I mean, it wasn't my fault. You took this job willingly, and now you're going to rot in your grave. They'll consume, watches every last penny, but that's another. They'll consume, now that you're finally in place to come to your doom. At least I was polite about it. At least I was polite about it. Sounds not bad. Thank you. That's definitely a compliment. I am not familiar with that, unfortunately. But I don't know if anybody here is familiar with Will Wood or Tally Hall. I can play, here's a song by Will Wood and the Tapeworms. This is called Front Street. And it's definitely, when I first heard it, immediately I thought of Sweeney Todd, and I love it so much. So, yeah, hold on. Just give me a minute. I can't. It's really, I can play it on ukulele as well, but it's definitely one of those songs that's more fun on piano. But without further ado, yeah, here's Front Street. I got a side hustle, what else about my head as I sign like rock. So with a bros and booze and I'll be a suit to in my mind. Because in a little wine, the bed is little bit of just like in the sweat. The man is one of how I'll draw my head, I'm trying to find your head. How the wheels, I guess the grabs from missteps a little bit of what I need to cry to the bone. He said he's been lost. Well, it's done, no, like a time here up news. But all I need to next to the guys. It's to my lady and a guy inside. Drink to me, baby, I know that that's right there. I'll take the other years and there's a to use you on a man's down in a neighborhood. Good time on Front Street. On Front Street. Loose lips, sanctions, a after will you go down for loud you don't take overboard. Now that you're around, tell me what prevented you from going downtown and alone. Because we know you're not afraid. I mean, the job today is going to be the way let's not rush. The nudge will play the rounds, I got them all the less rounds. Nobody else. I mean, at these bastards go see for myself. I think they might go to hell. He said he's been asked. Well, I done something like a time here up news. All in today's to the guys. I cloudy evidence upon the chance to see you know through my out. It's to my lady and a guy inside. Drink to me, baby, I was that I tried it. It's easy, I just yes, it is. And I use you on a mouse, no, and I know. Good time, I'm Front Street. I'm Front Street. It's to my lady and a guy inside. Drink to me, baby, and then I right there. It's easy to use and there's a never. I've used you on a man's night and day night. Always a good time on Front Street. On Front Street. On Front Street. On Front Street. Last cup of Marl's made a guy a drink. Sounded like a harlot, a good on a sing. Last cup of Marl's made a guy a drink. Good times on Front Street. That's always a fun one. It's very chaotic. I love it. I like the movie, but I prefer the musical. Definitely, it's a lot better. Thank you. I appreciate the subscription. I guess I'm trying to find a word. I'm gonna do a couple more and then kind of sign off. I always say I do a couple more and then I end up doing 10. Kind of. That's the funny thing about myself, I guess. This is a song. This is a song that I wrote. It is called Circus of the Damned. It's in the album by the same name. It is the final track of that, and this is kind of where the main character of the story. I try to make all my music connect somehow, so I sample things from previous things I've done. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, you know, sometimes I just spit out nonsense and expect people to understand it. But yeah, this is one of my more recent ones that I've written, and I like it a lot. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Every single day, here's nothing come what may. If you think aloud, if you really, do you hear that voice? Amongst all the noise, you may think me paranoid, but I don't know my choice. So welcome to the show! It is all you'll ever know. This was all his plan. The circus of the damned. See, I sampled consume. I sampled that from a lot of things. I guess I sampled myself a lot, like I said before. But yeah, that's another song that I've written, which I like it a lot. Wait, hold on. That's a melody I already used. This one, I'm gonna bring in the ukulele. Hold on a minute. This song is not one I wrote. But would you believe it if I told you that my songwriting journey started off on me reading a story in my 10th grade English class and writing a song about it? The song's called Clove of Seasons and the story's called The Scarlet Ibis, if you're curious. But this is a song. I need a capo for this. Hold on a minute. This is it's called Spring in a Storm by Tally Hall, and this is one of my favorite ones to play. It took me like a good few months to figure this out fully. But yeah, I love to play this one, especially when it rains. It's just a whole other feeling. But yeah, enjoy this little cover that I have. One time I tried to sing about spring and a storm, but you know how it goes. Blah 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 blah. Won't you please stop complaining? I'm playing a song. But all the rain comes down the same, falling to from where it came. And in time it'll evaporate back in the sky. I wish you could have heard the music when the clouds crawl overhead. I finally felt enthusiastic. I finally felt alive. Blah 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 blah. So you said, would it please you to listen to the living dead? And then the rain came down that day, and it drained my soul away. And I wondered why I even bothered to try. Mr. Moon? Yeah? Tell us about the sky. The sky is deep and dark and eternally high. Many people think that's where you go when you die. Do you? Well, it seems to be tricky to tell whether heaven or hell. Play pretend, my friend, and lose yourself in the rain. We have so much left to sing. There's a storm for every spring. All you see and you and me began from a star. You're 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 a star. Yes, you are. Silent takes pleasure in silent That's always a fun one. I like Spring in a Storm. Thank you for that. I'm not sure of what that is, but I feel so uncultured right now. That's all right. What's funny is that Spring in a Storms that has the same chord progression as another song I'm going to play. It's by a completely different musician, and it is called Tomcat Disposables. So I'm going to do that. This is another long one with really hard plucking. Yeah, and it kind of tells a story. So I like that about this. I've mapped the cupboards and drawers, smoke spots on the floor. Happy to be home, safe and warm. I see people had a lot to say about that. Pure imagination. I have not done that in so long. I don't know what you mean quiet. Probably because I was playing extremely loud. I actually could barely hear I play ukulele. I'm surprised when the strings are still intact. So let's hold on. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to do pure imagination when I haven't done this. Okay. Let's attempt. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll be into your imagination. We'll bring in where I spent traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view, if you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you wanna change the world, there's nothing to it. There's no life I know to compare with your imagination. Living here, you'll be free if you truly wish to make. Well, that wasn't a total disaster, but it wasn't my best performance. I haven't played that in a while. Thank you. This is an instrumental piece I wrote. It's called Esoterica. It's not very long, but it's something. That's all Esoterica really is. It's just the same little chord progression. But I made it sound, I guess, more elegant than it actually is. That song I wrote about the most dangerous game, the thing about fear, that's what it's called. Well, I did a thing with the thing about fear, and I can kind of segue that into another song that I know. by Will Wood and the Tapeworms. I know a lot of, well, I say a lot, and by a lot I mean like what, 5? I don't know. I know some songs by Will Wood and the Tapeworms, and so I'm gonna like do that little segue. And that's, I think that's really cool how I did that. So you know, it's. There we go. 6050. Please, policeman, over the top. Please let me go. Please, policeman, this is a test. La 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 la. There we go. I do like 6050. It's a fun one to play. Yeah, that's just Will Wood in general has a lot of challenging songs. And you know, I have made mistakes multiple times on the multiple challenging songs like Front Street, 6050, Tomcat Disposables, and even songs that like aren't Will Wood. It's like sometimes they're like really hard. Like Introduction to the Snow. That sounds really easy, but like. See, even I made a mistake another. That took a lot of time. But that's one of the reasons, like, I mean, as people, like, we're bound to make mistakes. There's no perfection. No matter what someone says, nobody's perfect. Which brings me to an interesting point. If humans make mistakes, then just don't be one. I could drink your blood if you let me, baby. Just like a baby. I could suck you dry on the rocks with a twist, just like a limber. I don't exist. Well, you know you're not a queen. Nice jelly bath, can you read between the Morse code lines? Never go by loving, just enough to make you pretty girl. Don't let me die. Well, I could drink your blood if you let me, baby. Drink of your love until you hate me. I could take your life if you're done with that sweet. I used to picking up that only hit the good part. Say whatever works in a cheap track plays, blowing up the bones. I'm off a bloody man. All the other day when I saw us in Verona, read over my shoulder, breathing down my neck. Are we on the same page? Man, I'm getting old here. Come on, don't you get it? What the? I could drink your blood if you let me, baby. Drink of your love until you hate me. Just you are human, so don't be one. This was a mistake, I'll take my leave. But before I go, let me know if you say a little bit. Done with the tone, I'm a lazy. If you don't hate me, let me animate me. Prove it to me, baby, lightning in my veins. These stinks I need until slavery. Monsters must be people too, so oh jeez, I can drink your blood if you let me, baby. Drink of your love until you hate. I will drink your blood till your lips turn blue. Drink you of your love if you want me to. Yes, there is human. So don't be one. That's by Will Wood. Another Will Wood song. It's very, very enjoyable. Yeah, I think I'm getting better at segues, reasonably ish. Yeah. So I wrote a story. I wrote it inspired by a song that I wrote. Both are called The Flashback Begins. And I believe I posted the draft somewhere on either YouTube or Wattpad. I'm not sure. It's somewhere, but that's just the draft. The final thing isn't like out. I had help editing it, and it's finished now finally. I'm like really happy. I'm like, at first I wasn't actually invested into this story or anything. I just kind of wanted to like get my music more recognized, but I guess that kind of happened overall like while I was writing it anyways. But now I'm actually invested in all the characters and like the aspects of all of it. So yeah, it's not. I I want to publish it before summer's over, so that's my goal right now. I'm not. I hope it'll happen. I mean, if it doesn't, then it's going to happen eventually. Uh, but that's I guess my deadline for myself. But since I've talked about this story, I might as well play the song that kind of inspired it all. So this is The Flashback Begins, the song, not the story, obviously. But yeah, enjoy. Well, nope. Okay, well, you've took some time for yourself and your cold-hearted greed, but I think we can all agree that it just wasn't needed. The people you bullied, I think I'll just proceed. But is it wrong to want to watch you bleed? That is the question. Is it wrong? I've been searching for a night to follow you so I can finally make you realize I've been pondering the time, just watching all the hours tick by. Isn't it sublime? No matter how you plead, I won't admit the deed. So is it wrong to want to make you bleed? It's a rather short song, but I swear the story's much longer than that. Yeah, that's The Flashback Begins. Technically, practice makes progress because nobody's perfect. Yeah. Thank you. I'd say it's inspiring. Oh, great. My song led to a little political dispute. I am not very political myself. I guess I would say I'm conservative. I don't know. I don't get into politics. I think it's deplorable. I mean, yeah, like obviously we need a president, but people don't need to fight over it so much. It's stupid. It's caused like lots of deaths from former presidents in the past. And I guess that's what the whole world of news is kind of talking about. I guess it's kind of, I like it because it's making a mockery of like the politics, like the candidate. I guess Andrew Sotri. That's his name in the song. I guess he says like no one's better than you, but even with that campaign, he dies in the end anyway. So like I don't see the point in politics. It's horrible. But oh man. Going completely off that topic. Has anyone watched Willard? I love that movie so much. Willard is the first Will Wood song I've ever heard. Willard exclamation mark. But first I thought, oh, he's talking to a philosopher. No, he's not singing to a philosopher. He's singing to a rat. Which, like, I watched both versions of Willard, the remake and the original, and I'm reading the Ratman's Notebooks for a third time. Oh my gosh, the part where Socrates dies always gets me. It hurts so much. That's like one of the only times you'll see me cry in movies, because like, oh, it's horrible. But I guess you could also say it's awful out here, Socrates. You know I couldn't hurt a fly, my friend. I'm not the type to step on ants. I've nearly cried for moths that die porch like lamps, or for the plights of mice and men. See, I myself have been stepped on so many times, it started to feel like my place. I failed to fitting into those nests that scrape the sky. Is there room for me in your cage? Animals are people too, but these people are animals. Hunting packs and acts to hold the proves we can't survive alone, and I guess we just evolved disgust for prevention of infection, though shame was an invention made for prisons, pills, and pest control. Yeah, sure, thumbs are great and all, but I just get bare necessities. Tuna matatas and say levies. Que sera, seras, what a crock. I mean, big talk for a chimpanzee. You might see behind bars, but friend of this cage is inside out. It's awful out here, Socrates. I never understood what humans do and want. It's quite confusing to me to try to connect. Never read how I should feel. Instinct somehow stunted to seem haunted by my stupid urge to protect. Until frustration makes me wish my teeth were sharp as yours. Through their garage doors, these carnivores will no more use my heart. They'll call me crazy, but their words all seem made up to me. Maybe they just need more friendship like yours. So gather round Pandora, Skinner's boss went through the one-way mirror. If you can see in shades of gray, the colors are much clearer. Oh, my friend, you've got a friend in me. Let's go and make more enemies. Although my eyes face forward, climb up on my shoulder. Sure, you'd see my point of view. I bring you with me to my office in my pocket. But the world would put us down. Lock me up and toss the key. You might see behind bars, but friend, this cage is inside out. It's dangerous out here, Socrates. It's lonely out here, Socrates. Tear it up. I like Willard. It's a fun song. At first I thought it was Hawaii Part 2 because it kind of does sound like Introduction to the Snow, and then when it wasn't, I was like really surprised. But you know, it's beautiful. I love it. I love it so much. And then the rest is history, and I kind of figured out more Will Wood songs. I figured out a little bit of thermodynamic lawyers, so I might as well play that. I take out the swearing through almost all of these songs if there is. So yeah. Okay, let's... Nope. Here we go. In a hell of black bird skies, someone in somewhere else in names, vomiting lies. tears pages from spines as she judges the cat and shamelessly smiles the end. Blood vessels join us when birth from out her hands, where she hangs on a snake and collects all its poison, trying to make the learn into hairs. Hangs on a star with a head full of acid and getting up by all that's double aim. Knocking to pieces the heck off the chest while insisting that she's on the game. So all that I say, absolute entropy as the chemical bonds fall apart. Well, it seems she broke me, but I swear she cannot break my heart. She cannot break the heart. I don't know the rest of the song on piano yet, but yeah, that was fun. It's always a fun one to play Thermodynamic Lawyer. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the ending, because that is when I can't play at an open mic, because it literally tells the audience to go die. So, especially if there's children there, I can't very well perform that. That would be not the best thing to do. Yeah, I think Thermodynamic Lawyer, that's a nice little thing. Something I can tell you about The Flashback Begins. The story, and I'm only doing this because nobody's here on the live stream. If somebody has joined, please speak now. Or not, I don't care. The main protagonist is not human. She's yeah, it's another thing I can tell you is this doesn't really do anything to the plot, but I wrote this story and I mentioned Marvin's. In fact, I mentioned the whole place, Marvin's Marvelous Museum in Michigan. I didn't realize it until I read it through. I wrote a whole paragraph about the whole place, and like I kept it in. It makes more sense in context, but yeah, I thought that was really, like, you can see where parts of my personality kind of shine through in the character. Yeah, so with that little bit of knowledge, it is time for the whole world and you to thank the audience. Even if it's sarcastic, I'm going to do it anyway. It's not sarcastic, but also the song was in a Crayola commercial, which I think is really cool. But no one's better than you. Thank you. There's lots of pretty people here sharing stories and passing letters, and there's lots of questions answered in metaphysical, astronomical songs printed all on paper that seem too mystical. It's so magical. People that dance and compute that no one's better than you. La la la. Distant cities who rule their persons and make them happy, and we won't forget about all the serviceory, congratulatory. Even the animals know that something's brewing and they're all cooing, 'cause in the end I'd like to say no one's better than you. I hope you're happy now, I revealed the truth. I've even written this whole song about you, and not about me, and not about me. Please don't just laugh and clap right now, this is serious, slightly delirious. I've waited very patiently just to let you know who should run the show, 'cause we all know these are the facts, nothing to retract, nothing to abstract. Concluding in the song, I'll say no one's better than you. No one's better than you. No one's better than you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people who question their sanity like myself, that's really all I have. I hope you've enjoyed the show, this little soiree I have. And, yeah, there's more where that came from. Have a nice evening or morning or wherever you are. That was fun. Goodbye.